it cut off? Is it dead?
I think it's out of fuel.
Oh, okay. All right. But like not moving on its own, right?
We'll push it. So I said I would try to blog this stuff, but I'm really bad at that. So anyway, it's Saturday morning, yeah, and I'm in Ohio. I'm on my way to Dragway 42. I'm gonna be racing with the Akron Sports Car Club. It's been raining all night. It's gonna rain a good bit today. I don't have rain tires. It'll be fun. Hang out with Pat. He's in front of me. He's got his Mustang Rainbow Dash. So yeah, let's get to the track. We'll get things unloaded and see what happens. So, slight update. I'm on probably the only course walk I'm gonna get today. Excuse me. But it doesn't matter because the car's not running right. Looks like the O2 sensor for the Holly went bad. It thinks it's really lean, so it's dumping a ton of fuel and it's running real rich. Just running like shit. It's a double header, so you run in the morning and then they take a break, you run in the afternoon. I'm pretty much gonna miss all my morning runs. I'm gonna see if I can, shut off closed loop or turn it, whichever way it goes. See if I can get it running a little bit better and make some runs in the afternoon. I'm not that upset because it's pretty wet out and I don't really have the tires for this, so might be 6 hours for nothing. Well, not nothing. I got to see Pat and hang out with his family, so that part's been great. Racing parts, not so great. Problems, they couldn't tell us where to park. We wound up parking in the wrong spot. We had to move a bunch of times. That's why we're only getting one course walk in. And that's when the car started to run like absolute shit. So, see how it goes. Check in a bit. So I guess the good news is the car is broken. So at least I don't have to drive in the rain. So we are leaving Dragway 42. We did not make a single run. I unloaded the car from the trailer and it was not running right. I was considering running it in closed loop, I was considering running it in closed loop to see if it would run okay, but they're calling for storms. They're calling for storms for the next 2 hours or so. So we just decided we'll pack it in. I'll go hang out with Pat and Carly and the family, drag this pile home. I already ordered a new O2 sensor and just be ready for the next one. So I don't know, maybe we'll catch up in the garage. We'll go hang out. See you later. All right, just a quick update. Don't worry about those. Those are for the Miata. Back from Ohio. As you know, car broken. Basically bad O2 sensor. I had a spare with me. It's a little suspect, but it probably would have worked. I also probably could have shut off closed loop, but it was pouring down rain, so we didn't feel like racing. And actually, it turns out that there may have been an incident at that race later in the day, so maybe it's a good thing we didn't. So I've decided now I'm going to head up to New Jersey on Saturday and run with them up there at the Meadowlands Stadium. So I'm going to toss a O2 sensor in this, fire it up, make sure everything's good. And next time you see me, should be on my way to Jersey. I should also probably mention that Holly has been exceptionally cool during this. I mean, I'm not sponsored by Holly. They sponsor lots of other folks. I'm not cool enough or big enough yet. But I basically emailed them on Monday after the race and said, hey, it looks like the O2 sensor went bad. What's your warranty on these? And they just said, what's your address? And they've already sent one in the mail. So I bought one for myself, but that'll be nice to have a spare for when we go out. And if this happens again, we'll be good to go. But so thanks to Holly for awesome customer service. Yeah, all right, let's make the car work. Ignition, let that heat up. Those are Holly right there, doesn't want to focus. Wipe the lens. There, Holly, white van's ready. AccuSump, which is a whole other issue. It's got some pressure. Good to go. We'll back this out and warm it up. All right, new O2 sensors in. Car runs good. I had to load the old tune in it because the learn table from Running Bad in Ohio, it just was super rich, didn't want to idle. So loaded the old tune in it, the one we ran out in Pennsylvania. Car runs good, got it up to temp. Everything's happy. So next stop is New Jersey. Greetings from the Jersey Turnpike. We're about a half hour from the Meadowlands, so we're headed up to the northern New Jersey region local event. We're gonna get hopefully 8 to 10 runs today. Probably about 100 people there, so weather looks significantly better than last weekend. So yeah, we'll check in when we get to the track, and hopefully it's a good day. All right, we are back in the garage. That was an interesting week of racing. Obviously, we didn't get much racing done in Ohio, but we got the O2 sensor replaced. We went up to New Jersey, had a great time in New Jersey, but we found a couple issues, which is good. We're 6 weeks away from nationals. So number one, if you have a 5-gallon fuel cell, fill up the tank before a race so you don't run out of gas and have to push your car off course. So, problem number one, stupid problem on my end. But before we ran out of gas completely, noticed that the car was starting to fuel starve in the corner. So, I have a drag racing fuel cell on this, and I think a combination of the rear sump and the foam in there and the way the return is routed, none of it's quite working right. So, I've ordered some parts up. We're gonna drain the fuel out of this, address some of the stuff in the fuel system, get that wrapped up. I'll show you the parts when they arrive. But then we're gonna head to the dyno, finally wrap up the tune with this, fingers crossed. and then get another event or two in before we head out to Lincoln, Nebraska. So thanks for sticking this one out with me. Not a ton of interesting stuff, but it was cool. It was nice to get to an event. If you haven't been to the northern New Jersey region or raced up there at the Meadowlands, totally go. It's completely worth it. Yeah, check in soon. I get some more parts and we'll tear this thing apart, make it a little bit better. See ya.
But unfortunately was off course.